In this video, I'm going to be making dango with a block of tofu and some sweet rice flour. I'm going to use, this is 453 grams, and I'm going to use 300 grams of the rice flour, sweet rice flour. I'm going to just pour this until I get 300 grams first, and then I'll put the tofu in afterwards. I actually got this recipe from Kimono Mom's YouTube channel. I totally recommend you go check her out, Kimono Mom, and her channel is really fun. I love her channel. She has other videos with other recipes like dorayaki, which is delicious, and I learned how to make anko paste from her channel. Okay, a little over is fine. This is the block of tofu. I cut it and I drain the liquid out so there's not too much liquid. I'm gonna take it off of the scale so I don't get water all over the scale, and then just put the block of tofu in. I literally just do this. It's really simple. And now I'm just gonna mix it up until it's combined. And I'm using medium firm tofu. It's I've used silken, soft, and firm. The only thing is, if it's softer, it mushes easier. If it's firm, then I stick it in the blender. This is a shortcut. And also the recipe, it's not the exact same as the one that Kimono Mom has. I adjusted the amount so that it would fit the block of tofu I have. She has different amounts of tofu and sweet rice flour. And I use a special because this tofu, it's been in the fridge. It's cold. And it's easier to do this at first. If your hands are fine with squishing up cold tofu, you can immediately use your hands, but this, and it's also a little neater, and plus I'm going to use a spatula at the end anyways, and so just cut it up first, and then I get to squish it. My daughter loves making dango. She loves eating dango, and for me, I eat, and for us, we eat a lot of vegetables, and I avoid meat, so this is a good source of protein for the both of us. Yes, we could eat other things too, but you know, dango, it tastes nice, it's easy to make, and the texture is just really fun. That chewy texture. I unlinked the sound in this part because I had stuff cooking in the background, it was distracting, and well, I'm always making lots of stuff because I cook all my own food, and well, here you can see me rolling little balls. They're snack ball sized. They don't have to all be the same size because they're being both boiled and grilled. So once they float, they're pretty much done. And then you grill it to fully cook it all the way and dehydrate it so it's more squishy. they're toasty. Oh, good. They're brown on both sides. I like them brown, a nice, like medium brown on both sides. They don't have to be medium brown. I just like the texture that these have when they're this brown on the other sides. It's like squishy and it's not too soft, because when they're boiled, they're very soft, and then once you grill them, they become chewy. And I also have a bunch in here that I didn't finish putting on here, so I'm just gonna put here. You also don't have to make the pan as full as I do. It's just something I do because I'm trying to cram as much on here as possible, and I'm like, I want to finish it. I want to put everything in the cast iron pan, and even if it's stuck, it's like sometimes they'll stick together and it'll be hard to move around, which is probably why you don't want them crammed all next to each other, but I just deal with it. I mean, they get sticky and stuff. And also, these have been here for a while, so let's flip them. Oh yeah, I usually flip them before I add new Dango, because I don't want these to get too burnt. I mean, a little burnt is nice, but super burnt is not necessary. And plus that way I'm not trying to flip these when I have wet Dango. I mean, there's less on, yeah, because they're sticky and they stick to the chopsticks, they stick to each other. Sometimes I flip them and I see two of them move around, and it's like, yeah, I wasn't planning on picking up two, but two came up. I think this one's done now. Yeah, it's done. You see the squishiness? Squishy, 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 squishy. And while these are toasting, I'll talk about the sauce I made right here. I pre-made it. I made it a couple days ago when I made another batch of Dango. Whenever I make the sauce, it lasts a while, for maybe 2 or 3 batches of Dango. And so what it is a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of starch. I use arrowroot starch because I bought it in bulk one time and it's flexible. I don't want to buy I don't want to buy 5 different starches. And to me, arrowroot is the most flexible. Cornstarch is the most commonly used. People say it doesn't refrigerate well. I haven't used it enough to notice a difference. So you can use cornstarch if you want for the sauce. And let me know about your experience using cornstarch, because I just use arrowroot starch. And okay, Nelly, we see food. We see this here. We see the sauce. Okay, let's just do this. I think this is doable. I'm gonna get one of these, poke it into the sauce. I make sure I don't get any saliva on the fork so that I don't contaminate my sauce, and I can keep doing this. And I only single dip. Single dip. You do not want bacterial contaminants, any more bacterial contaminants than necessary in there. Take a bite. Yum. Let me know if you try this recipe, how it turns out, and yeah, and what else you would like to, what other cooking videos you'd be interested in, or if you have any questions. Maybe I have answers, maybe I don't. We'll see. Later.